episode 329 of Good Luck High Five.
That's right. You're listening to a podcast that's for you if you play Magic the Gathering, whether you're sitting at home playing some arena, you're heading out to your local game store to play with friends or an FNM, or you're just enjoying the moment right now where you're listening to this.
That would be so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're here for you. I'm one of your hosts, Maria.
I'm another one of your hosts, Megan.
And on today's show, we are going to get deep into War of the Spark.
That's right.
Because I'm back.
Yes, Maria was in Wales.
Greg was me last week.
Yes, that's true.
And now I've morphed back into myself.
Yes. Greg was also an elf who went on an adventure.
Wow, that's so cool, Greg.
It was a lot of fun.
I was an elf who went on an adventure in Wales.
Maria was also an elf who was on an adventure.
But while I was gone, I didn't get to play much War of the Spark. So now I'm just getting back into it, and wow, is it a lot to take in.
I'm here and I've been drafting.
It seems
I've been drafting
awesome.
up a storm.
I woke up at 5:30 this morning because I don't know how to handle jet lag and started drafting my little pants off.
Wow. I'm excited to hear about what you've drafted.
Yeah, it's not pretty.
Oh, okay. To be fair, it's a learning curve. But more on that later.
Yes. So War of the Spark draft. We're also going to talk about some spicy new stuff going on in Standard.
Yes.
If you're like,
or is it spicy?
I'm so bored. Are you still going to be bored? Or are you not going to be bored? We'll tell you.
We will.
And we're going to talk about the MPL because Megan and I are both correspondents for the MPL.
That's right. There is now a weekly footage of MPL matches that plays on Saturday. And we look through a lot of more footage.
Yes, we do. We watch it all.
We watch it all.
And we pick out the highlights for you. But what that means is we've kind of got the inside info on what's going on with the MPL. Yeah. And this week... there has been quite a lot of news that doesn't revolve around just the games they're playing. No. So we're going to get into that as well. But before we do any of that, big shout out to everybody who supports us on patreon.com/GLHF Magic.
To everyone who is a patron of the podcast, thank you a million times over, a million billion times over, a trillion fillion times over.
A quark times over.
Yes.
Wait. Isn't that just a small unit of measurement and not like a large number?
A quark is a thing.
Yeah, I know it's a thing, but I think a quark is like the smallest thing that we can see and not like what I was trying to say, which was the biggest number. Like I should have said a Google.
Yeah. Yes. A Google is big.
So I just replaced the biggest thing with the smallest thing, completely invalidating our point.
I feel like maybe now they know smaller things than quarks.
They probably do.
Did you know that there are up quarks and down quarks?
I mean, I feel like I'm on an up quark today.
I'm really glad to hear it.
Yeah, I mean, back on my own time schedule, you know?
I hope that we're all on an up quark today.
Even though I woke up at 5:30. Yeah, I mean, they're discovering smaller and smaller things all the time. Yeah. The beauty of science. Yes. One day they'll discover the smallest thing was themselves.
Wow.
Sorry, that's...
Wow. I feel like we were just really hurtful to scientists.
You're right. You're right.
I still remember
metaphorical in the universe. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway,
when they found the Higgs boson.
Oh yeah,
that was pretty
I remember that. Yeah,
it was very cool.
Wow, modern science, everyone.
Anyways, you're all like modern science. You're a patron of this podcast in that you are amazing.
That's true. That's so true. You're our large hadron collider.
Yes,
you're colliding your love with our show,
but you are not producing a black hole in the process.
No, thank you so much for that. By the way,
do you know what happens to those tiny black holes?
Where'd they go?
They evaporate.
Really?
That's the phrase that they use to describe
it.
Isn't that weird?
Spooky.
It is kind of spooky. Wow. I haven't thought about the fact that they're just making tiny black holes with that in a long time.
Yeah, I would try and put my finger in it before it evaporated.
I think it's like microscopic.
My microscopic finger. Shrink me down to cork size and shoot me into a black hole. You see, I've been gone for so long that we just need to get out a lot of nonsense up here at the top of the show.
I just recently saw Avengers Endgame.
Oh yeah.
And I think it references that Ant-Man did something essentially like what you're describing in a different film.
He did. Also, in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
If you all want to hear I'm going to give you my quick review of Avengers Endgame.
Spoiler free.
Spoiler free. It is obviously spoiler free.
Okay.
I have not watched a lot of Marvel films.
Yeah.
Including Infinity War.
So how was this for you?
So here's my biggest thing about it.
Yeah.
Is that like there's a lot of moments in it that feel like they're significant
but
if you
you're just
understand the back content.
I don't know why.
But I don't. So there'll be like two people
fair.
who like look at each other significantly, and I'm like, I'm sure if I watched another movie, I would understand why this is happening right now. But as a person who does not, I'm like, why are these two people looking at each other significantly right now?
Beautiful. It's got to be a whole different experience from that seat.
It really is. The relevant films that I've seen are Iron Man 1.
Okay.
Which
1,000 years ago. I think I was literally in high school.
I don't know where Don Cheadle's character came from, but he seems to have become very important at some point in time.
He's pretty new.
Okay. I've seen the new Spider-Man.
Okay, yeah.
With the kid.
Yep.
Which is great.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's great. Not Into the Spider-Verse, which I've also seen, but does not appear to be relevant to this film. And then I've seen Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2.
Okay. All right. So you're on that train.
So
but no Thor?
I have not seen any of the Thors.
Oh, okay.
I heard Thor Ragnarok was good, and I meant to watch it for a very long time.
Yeah, Thor Ragnarok is A+.
So anyways, that's all of the contextual information that I went in with.
Incredible.
I've never seen a Captain America film.
Oh, wow. And he, features quite broadly in this film.
He's very front and center. But I was like, I know who Robert Downey Jr. is. I really like Nebula as a character.
Yeah, Nebula.
So I really like her. I appreciate her quite a bit.
Yeah.
Anyways, I know that's what you were looking for in this podcast.
Absolutely.
Was a review of Endgame from someone who does not understand
I loved it.
What is happening.
I saw it in Wales, actually, in a little theater that was built in like the 1920s. So it only had a couple screens. And something I didn't know was that we should start doing here in America is after the previews, a little kid, like I don't mean a little kid, I mean the people selling concessions, in this case happened to be a young man, put on like one of those old-timey like candy selling things. Like he wore it, you know what I mean? And came out after the previews and sold ice cream in the theater.
Oh my gosh.
That was amazing. Reality. They put down the curtain, he came out, and I was like, what is going on? And then people started getting up, bought ice cream from him, sat down, curtain goes up, movie starts.
That's amazing.
I know.
That's incredible.
It's like, this is the best idea.
Yes, that's a fantastic idea.
It's another opportunity for you to sell your overpriced snacks, America. Why aren't we doing it?
Why aren't you? Well,
all of this is to say, thank you for becoming a patron of the podcast. Plus Card Kingdom, we have to thank them too. You can head to cardkingdom.com /GLHF. I almost said our old podcast name. Wow, my brain needs to get back into this. And you can ask them for a sticker with your order. Just say you wanted a Good Luck F5 sticker.
Or tokens.
They've got only a few left. I don't know if they're out yet.
Only a few tokens?
Yeah, so you might not be able to get one. We're going to send them some more, though.
We're going to send them some more, so...
Yeah.
You can ask for a token.
They're super great company, fast shipping. They've got everything you need. Cards, singles, deck boxes, decks.
Yes. They have battle decks that you can get in battle with your friends.
I love them.
Yeah.
And boxes, including War of the Spark, which we have this week to be able to do some cool stuff with. So
sick unboxing.
Thank you, Card Kingdom. And thank you, all of our patrons. And also Avengers Endgame.
Avengers Endgame.
Let's kick things off this week with War of the Spark Draft.
That's right. I have had a great time. Last week on stream, we drafted a couple of decks. Some of them were horrendous train wrecks.
Great. I mean, that's what you do at the beginning of a format. You don't know what you're doing.
God, they were just real bad.
I have done that this morning, in fact, at 5:30 a.m. Central Time.
But my last two drafts have gone stellar. We went 6-1 and 6-0.
So you figured it out, is what you're saying.
I mean,
and you're here to tell us.
2 drafts.
Okay.
We did.
So something overall is that this format is wackadoo.
Yes.
To use a technical medical term.
Yeah.
And the planeswalkers, the bombs are very bomby. I would, when I first started playing it, thought, oh, this is for sure a Prince format, not a pauper format, is what we say when we mean that rares and mythic rares matter more so than commons and stuff.
It is certainly
Do you think that's
Prince
true?
format.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was one of my first impressions.
Yeah. That being said, and that was definitely true of the first draft that we went 6-1 in.
Yeah.
We had a Gideon.
Nice.
Very nice. And an Oketra.
Nice.
And those like, especially Oketra, because even if something happens to her, she's just making
doesn't matter. She just makes 4/4s, and then she goes back if you deal with her. So like whatever.
It's just brutal. That card is brutal.
I had to play against Oketra.
Yeah.
Yesterday, sometime I played against her, and all I could do was I had cards that bounced the blue and the black and you can bounce something or kill a three CMC or less or something like that. I kept bouncing her. Tyrant's Scorn.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But that was the only way I could deal with her, and I didn't know what else to do because she just will win the game, and then I won the game with Ashiok. So
nice.
I'm going to say this up front. Here's my other quick take. I have lost more to Ashiok than any other card. In this format, absolutely.
I have yet to cast or have cast against me in Ashiok.
You're not going to like it. You get milled out way faster than you think you're going to.
All right.
40 cards is not a lot. No. And like you think, there's only so many activations, but cards to get your Planeswalker back from the graveyard, people play that card all the time. And Proliferate means that I have gotten milled several times already from Ashiok.
I will say Proliferate has seemed very good.
Oh, yes.
Proliferate is like, in my mind, the standout of this set.
I love it.
You can, whether you're proliferating, it can be creatures or it can be walkers.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. If you have good proliferate targets, the mechanic is so good for you.
And you have to factor it in when you're playing against it as well, because you can't just say to yourself, this Planeswalker is now irrelevant because they're on 1.
No.
Because they might not stay that way. Sometimes they're safer on the board and sometimes they're safer in the yard. But a lot of times they're just not safe anywhere because they can get them back, like we just said. They can proliferate onto them.
This card, Eugene's Conjurant.
Yeah.
What a spell.
What a spell.
What a creature. Its casting cost is X. And it enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. So already you have a creature that's just going to be big, right?
Keyword big.
Keyword big.
Scales with the game.
Yeah. At 3 mana, you can just make a 3/3, and at 5, you make a 5/5.
Yes.
And this is something that you proliferate onto. So this card has just been so good, especially because people will trade with it, because the second part of it is that you prevent the damage that's dealt to it and you remove that many counters instead.
Yeah.
So people will like try and make it small by blocking and they just proliferate onto it again.
No, it doesn't matter.
It's absurd. Also remember, does not die to death touch.
Oh yeah,
because
you're
the damage is prevented. I made that mistake.
Cool.
Like I didn't attack into a death toucher.
Wow.
When you just can. So that, and then another card that I had. So in the, like, my first draft did feel rare heavy.
Yeah.
Like it was solid outside of that. Like I had a bunch of like Thunder Drakes. Really like Thunder
I like
Drake.
Thunder Drake too.
Yeah.
Flying, another third hot take. This is not hot at all, but like
flying is very good in this
way
format.
better than it normally is, and it normally is quite good.
To the point where that
2/3 Silver Wing, whatever, I'm playing it.
Yep. Or the 1/2 even. Like
Which
the 1/2 for 2.
Oh, that pumps everybody?
No, that's the 1/3 War Screecher, which I've also won with and is very good. The 1 in a blue for 1/2.
Okay.
That gets +1/+0 when you cast a non.
Oh, so Sky Theater Strix.
Yes.
Can you tell how good we are with these card names already? This is what happens when there's no GP coverage.
I know.
Is honestly the reason that we're struggling a little bit here, which is kind of funny. But
okay, I'm trying to think. So here's my favorite walker.
Okay, go for it.
Kasmina.
Oh yeah, she's great.
Kasmina is so good.
So good.
She just makes wizards.
Just makes you creatures.
She makes wizards and she draws you cards.
And she lets you loot.
And that's the same. It's like, it's one activation. You can just play her and be like, now I have a 2/2 wizard.
Yeah.
And they'll attack because they're like, oh, you have to chump with the wizard. And you're like, I don't care.
It was free.
It was a free wizard.
I got a free wizard on sale.
I got a free
with my Planeswalker.
Wizard. If I play Kasmina on 4 and I know that they don't have a good attacker, I feel like I'm so far ahead.
Yeah.
She's so good.
Speaking of Kasmina, her transmutation, which changes something into base power and toughness 1/1.
Yeah.
You've got to be very careful with this card in a world of amass.
Don't put it on an army.
Or proliferate stuff. It just not
gets quite big.
Gonna turn out well for you.
Also, so in my second draft,
yes,
which was honestly did not have a bunch of rares in it.
Okay.
I want to say we first picked like Prison Realm, which is obviously great, but not busted. Flux Channeler was the
You
card.
gotta tell me what this card does.
Okay. 2 and a blue for a human wizard. It's a 2/2. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, proliferate.
Oh, okay. Sweet. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, we just set up, in this case, this draft was very good, but I had 3 copies of Wanderer's Strike.
Oh, cool.
And then just like some
that exiles
like a Eugene's Conjurant. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a couple like Thunder Drakes and stuff like that. So it's just stuff that incidentally had counters. And then you
white?
You have a Flux Channeler or 2. Like there was a game where I had 2 of them out and I cast a Wanderer's Strike. You proliferate 3 times.
Yes.
It's so good. It felt like it felt so busted.
That seems awesome.
Incredible.
I love Spells Matters decks.
Yeah.
And I only played the red-blue variant, so it's cool that you played it in white-blue too.
Yeah. And honestly, both of those drafts that we won were white-blue.
Wow. Okay, so white-blue, I'm going to say white-blue skies plus a little bit of spells.
Yeah.
Strong usually in draft, looks to be strong here as well.
Yep. It feels just like it has like this perfect combination of like you've got good removal.
Yep.
In Wanderer's Strikes and Prison Realm, you have great walkers in Kasmina.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have great flyers.
All right, sign me up.
The deck just feels super solid to me.
This morning, I drafted a real solid train wreck, which revolved around me first picking, just for science, Karn. Which you might think, why did you do that? It does nothing.
It does nothing.
To my answer being science. I already said science.
Yeah.
Is the reason.
I have had 3 people cast Karn against me, and none of them won that game.
No, and why would you? It does nothing. But I tried. I was let me see if I can make this work. So I put as many artifacts as I saw. I drafted them. But it didn't turn out to ever be anything cool.
But you tried, and that's what matters.
I tried it. I also first picked what was the nickname people were giving bloop bloop bloop. It amasses for you every upkeep.
Oh, Better Blossom.
Better Blossom, yeah.
But it's not. It's Worse Blossom.
It's Worse Blossom. It is not as good by a long stretch. They don't have
flying.
They don't have flying, and it's only one thing.
It's just one thing.
So if they deal with it somehow, you've got to start all over from one again. And meanwhile, you're losing life every turn. Yeah. I died to my own Better Blossom.
It's not great.
Yeah, no. I'm not into it.
Me neither.
But I think it's pretty fun just because it seems very swingy and like we said, it's a Prince format, so that means it's probably going to be swingy.
There are times when every once in a while, like your opponent will cast something and you're just like, oh God, why?
Like Eternal Skylord.
Yeah.
Or Finale of Revelation.
Yeah. Although actually, no, you say I've had people cast both of those against me.
And you're like, whatever.
Fine. Yeah. But it commenced the end game.
I'm excited. I'm super excited to draft this some more so I can give you all some more solid thoughts on it.
Yeah.
On our stream, twitch.tv/GLHF Magic.
I would say like my strongest opinion on it is that like it's good to, I mean, it's a class. It is one where you want to read the signals because powerful cards are so important. Yeah. So you want to be setting yourself up to get past powerful cards.
Because if you don't have the power, you don't have anything in this format.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Like a 2/2 for 2, what we call a bear in Magic, is not really going to be worth much of anything in this format, I wouldn't think.
But if it's something that in any way, like Proliferate is just so good, like we've already said. Yeah. If you can incidentally have counters in your deck, it just is great. And incidental amass as well. I have come to love. Oh yeah, like the Aven Eternal, the 2/2 for 2 and a blue that amasses 1. Great. That card is so good. Yeah. Even Lazotep Reaver, which is a 1/2 that amasses 1. That card is great. Put in the deck. Because it's just so important to be able to have that there for Proliferate. Yeah. Or for more amass. Yeah. If you don't have it there, well then you don't get any fun bonus. Exactly. So you might as well just make a 1/1. So you have something there for later, you know what I mean? Yeah. Have you drafted the Charm Stray deck yet? I have not, but I want to so bad. Oh, it's so great. Oh, it's so cute. It's the cute. Look at little kits. I want to see one of these Japanese Planeswalker arts in the wild. Oh, yeah, they're very cool. I love the Saheeli one so much. Yeah. She looks great. Saheeli, that's a card. I played it in the blue-white deck that I was talking about because it had so many spells. Oh, yeah. Great in the deck with spells. Yeah. My favorite Planeswalker, though, so far for sure is Sarkhan. Because Sarkhan is so busted. It's just stupid. It's just G to the G. You play it, give your other Planeswalkers flying, by the way. Yeah. Which I learned because I thought it was only him. No, it's all of them. Yeah. I need to build a standard deck around him. Yeah, I feel like you could. Also, I feel like so this second draft I want to maybe I'll put it online this week so people can watch if they missed it. Because there was a time a Johnny the Great-Hearted one busted.
Yo, give everything counters.
Yes, give everything. What does it give counters? Everything.
Or gain 3 life if you need, but like, you know,
just
whatever.
Just put the counters on things. There was a time in like one of our last games when our opponent had not had a great game one. I think they got stuck on mana or something like that. And I was just like, they've been green white, and I was like, everyone, they have a Johnny. Like I feel it.
You knew it.
I feel it in my heart.
The Spidey sense
has a Johnny, and they did.
They did.
They did.
Wow, you called it.
So.
Sometimes I get very weird premonitions about inconsequential things. Like, for instance, that one there. And for instance, me the other day, I went to a Mother's Day thing, and I had a premonition that somebody there would also be wearing Rothy's.
Oh.
And then they were.
Wow.
And I don't like
that
ever.
One's weird.
I never see them. So like, and also, why would I even think about that?
Why would you?
But she came in and she's like, I just saw your Rothy's. I have some too. And I was just like, ugh. By the way, that's a kind of shoe. Check it out. We don't have a discount code for you. Sorry.
No, sorry. We
like them.
Fans. Okay.
All right, we're here to talk about the MPL Magic Pro League and Standard.
That's right. So as you might have heard, especially if you listen to the Upkeep, there were some shakeups in the MPL. Oh boy, shakeups, blends. You know, put it in a shaker. Wow.
Hey, is the MPL in your mom's kitchen cupboard this week? Because it sure seemed like some shake and bake.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. I was trying to go for like
4 out of 10.
Yeah. No, it was very bad. I was going for like a drink shaker.
Oh, I see.
Behind the bar.
Like a shake weight.
Yeah.
Hey, is the MPL a 2000s? When did that thing happen?
Got it.
When was the shake weight?
It feels like it should be a 90s invention,
but I think it was
a 2000s.
I think it was a 2000s invention.
Is the MPL from the 2000s? Because it's a shake weight.
Is the MPL something whose commercials made you feel slightly uncomfortable?
It's a shake weight.
It's a shake weight. What we're trying to say is there was a lot of shakeups.
Yes.
Specifically today.
Yes. Yuya Watanabe has been given a 30-month ban.
Wow.
Been kicked out of the MPL and out of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. So this is, of course, related to his, I was going to say alleged cheating, but it was, I guess, approved. What am I trying to say?
I don't know.
In the court of magic law, he was found guilty, as far as anybody is concerned, with cheating at Mythic Championship in London for having marked cards in his Tron deck. And yeah, you can see pictures of these marked cards too. I'll put some up here in the video. But yeah, it was a pretty big deal because that 30-month ban, that means you're kicked out of the MPL because as far as I know, the MPL does state that you can't be caught cheating or have some kind of infraction of that level. You'll get kicked out. And 2, he's been ejected from the Hall of Fame.
Wow. Rough.
And this is like shocking news to a lot of people who, you know, never saw this coming, looked up to him for years. I mean, his resume is absolutely incredible.
It's been really hard on a lot of people.
And so it's just been a big blow to the Magic community and to him, of course, now not being a member of the MPL. Yeah. Thus opening up an MPL slot. But wait! There's more.
Oh, you think that that's the only person leaving the MPL? You're wrong. Jerry Thompson has seen himself out.
Yeah, so Jerry Thompson was not DQ'd for quitting or anything like that. He just decided to quit.
DQ'd for quitting?
What did I say?
You just said DQ'd for quitting. Like,
you're DQ'd. You can't quit my tournament. I'm DQ'd.
Like, I quit, and they were like, before you can quit, we DQ you.
You can't fire me. I quit. Same situation. Yes, for cheating. No, he decided to quit. He had a lengthy statement on the website of his podcast called the GAM Podcast.
Spelled GAM, but here we are.
That's how you say it. And yeah, basically summed it up to say he joined because after Worlds, you know, this past year, when did that happen?
Yep, that was last year.
Last year.
Last November.
Duh.
September? October? Whatever month.
Some month in Vegas. He protested by skipping out on the tournament the day of. Yeah. And wrote a big, you know, letter as to why he did that. Joined the MPL, said, I wanted to make positive change from the inside and found out that that wasn't going to be something that I thought was going to happen. So I'm going to quit.
I don't know how I feel about someone being like, I thought that I could change an organization from the inside.
Because you think it's impossible?
I don't know that I think it's impossible. It just kind of feels like, I don't know. It feels like you're setting yourself up for this scenario.
I mean, I definitely really questioned when he joined the MPL.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it seems like the level of unhappiness that he had displayed last year
was so extreme.
It's like, why would you willingly tie yourself to an organization that you had said all of these things about?
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
And I get it. Like, he loves the game of Magic. So maybe you love the game enough that you're like, I want to be able to do this. But it still just feels like if you are that unhappy, how did you not anticipate continuing to be that unhappy?
Yeah, I don't know. He said he had 2 people who told him that he really should go for it.
Yeah.
And so he tried it out. So turns out didn't work out the way he thought. He also had complaints about communication, about any number of things. You can read about them on his website. And so he's gone, and that left 2 slots open for the MPL after the first week of tournament play, by the way.
Wow. So we have joining the MPL is Jess Estefan.
So Jess, of course, from Australia. She is the first woman to win a Grand Prix.
Yeah.
And she was top 16 at the Mythic Invitational. So great player joining the MPL.
Very cool.
And Savich, a very popular streamer, top 4 in the Mythic Invitational, is joining the MPL too, which is kind of like wild because when I heard that, about this about Yuya, I was wondering who they were going to pick.
Yeah.
And the last time, when Owen got kicked out of the MPL, this is just talking about it. Heads will roll. It's like,
the MPL is like, oh, what if in the most popular TV shows of the recent decade? And they're like the ones where people die.
So he got kicked out, and then so I was like, who's going to replace him? And it was Autumn Burchett, which made sense on a lot of levels, but also Autumn was the leader in Mythic points up until that point. So I thought, oh, maybe that is the standard that they're using moving forward, but no, it is not. No. So to answer that question, they've got Jess and Savich joining the MPL now too. Yeah. And WotC released a huge statement along with having these 2 people join the MPL.
Yeah. Which is great. The huge statement being about having a more pointed conversation and a mission to bring diversity to their pro representation.
Yeah, they said that, esports for as long as it's existed, which however long that is, I don't know at this point, but
I don't know.
Hasn't been very kind to women. And so they're going to make an effort to push diversity and inclusion with the players they see representing them at a competitive stage. Yeah. And for them, this manifests in the inclusion of Jess here, I would imagine. And 2, that they're going to add 16 what they call
discretional
spots to the next Mythic Arena Championship, which is happening in June. So it's Mythic Championship 3, which is an arena championship. So not only will the MPL be competing in that, plus, I think a couple of other people, like I think Greg Orange was playing in this with his teammates. Yeah. Coming up in June, who is the winner of the 25th Anniversary Pro Tour. Plus, now these 16 additional slots.
Very cool.
Which is pretty neat.
Yeah.
And a lot of people online have been, coming out of the woodwork, as you would imagine, about this, upset that they think that this does not represent, the hard work that the MPL should represent and the top players in the game and that sort of thing, years of hard work, et cetera, et cetera. Emma Handy just responded and saying like, hey, we've got to really bang the drum about this. Yeah. Like, diversity and inclusion is extremely, extremely important. And we need to get to a place where in Magic, that we are in something that resembles a level playing field. And the only way to do that doesn't take 50 years, maybe, is by giving it a tiny bit of a push. Yeah.
Or a big push. Get out there and push a lot.
Yeah, and I just think it can only be a net positive, right? For the game as a whole.
Yes.
For everybody who watches, for everybody who plays.
Yeah. Look, I'm sorry that 15 years ago, Magic wasn't pushed to women and pushed to girls, so that now you have as many players who
specifically
have been playing.
Wasn't.
Exactly. So that you don't have, women who have been playing the game for 20 years. There are those women out there, but not to the same extent that you have it with male players. Yeah. Which is just absurd. Yeah. So if you look at it like that, it's like, do you know what? They created that problem, the people of 15 years ago.
Yes.
created
and
this
society
problem.
since the beginning of time.
Since the beginning of time. And now 15 years later, like, yes, you should be trying to put it to rights.
You know what? I
all should be.
Look at it like, it's like Magic, competitive Magic has a disease.
Yeah.
It's sick, okay? And if we don't give it medicine, it's
not gonna get better.
It's not gonna get better. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna fester, and it might even die because it doesn't have the support it needs.
It might have gangrene.
That's what it's like, gangrene.
Which is something that I was always scared of getting as a kid. which is hilarious.
I was scared of getting scurvy.
Considering how difficult it is to get gangrene and how unlikely in contemporary
How do you get
America.
gangrene?
It's like you have to have it's kind of like tetanus. You have to have a giant untreated wound.
Oh, shoot.
And I mean like a big one.
And your arm gets chopped off or whatever.
Exactly.
I see. Yeah. Also unlikely to be able to get scurvy if you have an orange around.
Exactly.
Within 30 miles probably.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to be fine.
Yeah. But that's how I see it. I do see it as kind of like a skeleton of something with like skin and stuff hanging off the bones. That's maybe too dramatic, but I'm trying to give you a visual. And maybe you don't see it that way because you're an enfranchised player that's always been catered to like this. But this is what I see, okay? Right here, Meghan's doing it. And we don't want Magic to look like this, right? We want it to be a full, beautiful person with skin and teeth and hair.
Yeah.
God, this metaphor has gotten away from me. Now it's horrifying.
It really has.
But you know, that's what it should be. It should be a full
experience. Is that what makes a full person to you? Is skin teeth?
That's all
Not
you need.
like, hear me out, a brain.
Oh yeah, that too. That's important. So this is like
a heart,
our
a soul.
argument to you for this. And maybe a way to help you talk about it with your friends if you need to convince them. And it's not to say we don't feel for pro players or whatever who have been putting their heart and soul and everything into this game.
Yeah.
But, you know,
but also just thinking about, I don't know, people can be like, oh, I've been putting my heart and soul into this.
But there was never, I don't think there's ever a stated expectation that would put you into this.
No. And also,
maybe
they don't consider how much there are, like, I have known women who want to be that competitive, but they don't see all of the obstacles. Like one that gets talked about a lot is just like, oh, you go to a tournament and you're like looking for a room to share, and it's just not easy to find people to share rooms with.
Yeah.
As opposed to it's just like 3 guys you don't know and you can be like, yeah, sure, I'll crash with these like 3 dudes I don't know. Like that's feasible in the world for some people and not for other people. Yeah. So you don't always see those things.
So I'm giving big props to Magic for this announcement and this decision. Even if it is a little bit hard and there might be some growing pains here early on, it will only get us to a place that's amazing for the game as a whole. And in the end, that is the coast destination that they're aiming for, right?
And thank goodness.
So there you go. Anyway, I didn't mean for us to get on this tangent.
Yeah,
but
it really was one. And it took a creepy turn to this.
Never again use the human body as a metaphor for anything.
No, please don't.
But know that my ideal mate is made of skin, teeth, and hair, and that's it. I don't want anything else going on.
Oh my God, no
internal
bones.
Organs. Nope. I want somebody who looks like
this is a nightmare.
They've been gutted like a fish and hung out to dry. This is the creepiest thing I've ever said in my whole life.
Massively disturbing.
I'm crying. But we are also going to talk about what happened last week on the MPL.
Yeah, we are. Thank goodness for that.
So if you don't know, Megan and I are correspondents, and that means keeping track of our divisions in the MPL.
Yes.
I'm in charge of the Ruby division.
Yeah.
Megan is Sapphire.
You're the popular kid.
I've got I'm the cool kids table.
You are the cool kids table.
It's true. I've got, like Reed Duke, William Duke Jensen's on my table. It's where the cool kids are at.
My table is also great.
Yeah, you do have a great table.
Slightly weirder.
But maybe that's just about right for you.
Yeah, it honestly probably is.
I've never been at the popular kids table though, so I do feel like a poser a little bit, but I'll pretend for the next couple weeks. But what that means is we watch through all the matches and we choose what stuff we're going to show on the MPL Weekly Show, which happens every Saturday during the splits at 12 p.m. Pacific time, twitch.tv/magic. And we get a close look at what the players are playing.
Yeah.
So what was your takeaway from week 1 of the
everyone's
MPL?
playing mono red.
Mono red, I only had one person, but
I had 3.
3? Oof.
Yeah. And no, only 2. I take it back. I had 2 on mono red and 3 on mono white.
Oh yeah, mono white.
It was just
still around.
It was an aggro mess.
I had one. Well, it was called Rakdos aggro. I'm going to put this in big quotation marks because it's basically mono red.
Yeah.
And also Azorius. I had a lot of Azorius aggro in mine.
Yeah. One of mine was technically Azorius aggro,
but it's basically mono white.
Yeah. This one had 2 Teferi Time Ravelers in it.
I do have to say I'm a fan, of course, of mono white. But Teferi in that deck seems really sweet.
Yeah.
Bounce stuff back, get your tempo advantage, draw cards.
Yeah.
Like they can't cast instants on your turn.
Yeah.
Like what more do you want for an aggro deck?
Yeah.
I don't honestly know.
I also there was a cool Esper mid-range deck.
Yeah.
Which is what Pyotr Glogovsky played, and it was hilarious because I was looking at it and I was like, oh, you would never want to play this in best of 1 because he lost every game 1.
Oh, did he really?
But he went 2-0 because he won games 2 and 3.
Excellent.
Every time. It was great.
What did it have in it?
It had the cool cards.
The cool kids cards.
It also had Teferi Time Raveler. But it had a finale of Devastation, which is the black one.
Yeah.
Which there was a really cool play where he was playing against Andrea Mengucci, who was on mono white, and he was like, it was 2 awesome plays in a row because there was one where he had to he hostage takered his own deputy of detention so that he could recast it and nab all of these tokens.
Nice.
It was very cool, and that allowed him to survive 1 more turn and then cast this finale of Devastation.
And just flood the board with everything
it was for 11, so it killed all of Andrea's creatures and then put them all on his side of the battlefield.
Wow, that's great.
It was incredible.
That's great.
That one was very cool. And then there was also, so there were 3 mono white, 2 mono red, that Esper mid-range, an Esper control, and a Sultai mid-range.
People have been trying to make Esper mid-range, my hand is raised, work for a long time.
Yeah.
Do you think it's actually going to stick around?
I mean, it certainly looked, that being said, Glogovsky is obviously an incredible player.
Yeah.
He's very good. He made some very good plays. But he beat both an aggro deck and a control deck, which is where you want to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're able to do that,
then you're gold.
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably mythic, but
exactly. Arena jokes.
My favorite deck in my split, or my division rather, was Ken Yukihiro's Bant Creatures deck, which was using Vivian Champion of the Wilds, which was pretty sick.
I've played against this a couple of times online now.
It's so fun.
And I forget that it gives their creatures flash.
Flash.
Oh,
flash.
There are so many times I just ran a creature into something because it only happened once and then you really remember.
Then you remember. Oh, yes.
But it only takes 1 time for them to cast something with flash and you're like, that was bad.
I mean, I saw it in action versus all of these thought erasures, and it was just what are you taking from my hand? Oh, the answer is nothing. Flashed it in. Yeah, it seems super cool versus control. So I really dug that. And it was playing Huatli's Raptor of all cards ever.
Of all cards.
Because you can proliferate with it. So you can get that Vivian back up, because she doesn't have a plus, which is pretty interesting.
She doesn't?
She's just a minus.
She has a plus.
What's her plus?
Her plus is
you're right.
Gets vigilance.
Vigilance and reach or whatever. It's irrelevant. You never do it unless you're just trying to get her back up so you can minus her again. But that deck was sweet. So that was my personal favorite.
Very cool.
So I'm looking for some new fun stuff to do on Arena in Standard. I half built a bunch of decks because I don't want to commit until I know that I want to use my rares and wilds on them. But
I'm trying to think of what we played last week. We played a little bit of Standard.
Okay.
I want to say that I did play an Esper mid-range deck, but it wasn't main deck like the one that was in my division.
Okay.
I put in just some random cards like a Kefnet.
Great. Get in there, Kefnet. You're
Kefnet.
stupid good. Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
I made a Gruul. I think I have a Gruul complete, and then I have a Naya and a Bant creatures deck. So both like random creature
Classic
decks.
Maria.
But I'm really curious to see if Mardu aggro or Rakdos aggro is still a thing in the Aristocrats kind of version of the deck, because you've got some new spicy new 2-drop, and you've also got Sorin ? I don't know if you want that in there or not. But yeah, I'm close to pulling the trigger on Black White Knights.
Oh.
Which uses a new Gideon.
Interesting.
Yes.
I've managed to like open 2 copies of the new Gideon, so I've also just been putting him in whatever deck.
Just get in.
You're like, all right, sure, let's see how good you are.
Pretty good, probably.
Yeah, the answer is pretty good.
But if you have a sweet arena deck list that you want to share with us, you can tweet at us at GLHF Magic, and we'll take a peek at it, see if we want to, pull the trigger and spend those rares.
We've been talking about draft and standard. You can watch us play these on our Twitch stream.
Yes.
Twitch.tv/GLHF Magic. Tuesday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central.
Yeah, it's awesome. Some people were asking, when do you stream? That's when.
That's when.
So, you can follow us. You can go there and follow us now, even though we're not live, and sign up for notifications, and you'll know when we are live.
And then you can come watch these decks.
Yeah.
And be like, what is good?
We'll tell you.
What busted rares will you open in draft?
What Karn deck will you try to make work in draft?
And lose spectacularly.
Have it just be a complete trash pile.
I'm just saying, it's bad.
Yeah, it's very bad. All right, party people, it's time to thank Ultra Pro for being awesome sponsors of our Ultra Show.
That's right. We have here a pack of relic tokens that Maria is going to crack.
I'm so excited.
Relic tokens being among the many cool things that Ultra Pro makes, which include like dice, heavy metal dice, deck boxes.
It's a bird. Number 1 we got is a bird.
Oh, cute.
It's very cute. Number 2, pirate.
Ooh.
Okay, so if you're a Vraska player, you might need one of these. And our foil is a vampire.
Oh, classic Ixalan vampire.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So these are awesome because you can use them for tokens. You can change their power and toughness.
You can change how many of them you have.
Yeah, like up in the upper right-hand corner, you can change that.
How many times you've cast your commander.
Yes, they have a new edition of these relic tokens, which are like legendary creatures and stuff.
Yeah.
So you can get your commanders as these, which is pretty neat.
This is a 6/1 menace. That feels wrong.
A 6/1 menace.
I'm just
pirate.
saying.
How did that happen?
This menacing pirate.
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
But yeah, you can get cool stuff from Ultra Pro, including these relic tokens, which are super collectible. And you can also get really sweet playmats with new art from War of the Spark. You can get Seb McKinnon's playmat, which is Return to Unto Evil.
Yes.
Which is beautiful.
Deliver Unto Evil.
Deliver Unto Evil.
So cool.
Yeah. So Ultra Pro is just like awesome stuff for you in the game. Think about it. Well, everybody, that's this week's episode.
Wow, it happened.
It sure did. And if you can't get enough of us, go over to the Upkeep. Make sure to listen to that because there was some news we dealt with.
More about the Magic news that happened this week.
Yeah.
That's the place to find it.
Yeah.
And every week, because that comes out every week, whether it's a big news week or a little news week.
Yeah, always the Upkeep, all the news you need in 10 minutes or less. Available anywhere you need to find podcasts. Also on our website, goodluckhighfive.com.
Yeah.
And on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/goodluckhighfive, which you should go sub. Turn on the little bell for notifications from us because we only post gold.
And if you like playing other board games, you can also check out our board games review channel, which recently, some of the recent ones have been Dice Throne, which we really enjoyed.
I love Dice Throne.
We played it head to head. I've talked to some people who have played it like teams or melee.
Oh, cool.
Who said that it was a really good time.
Oh, that's awesome.
They super enjoyed it. And then also Aeon's End Legacy.
Yes.
Was a recent review. So if you're ever looking for other stuff to play in your non-magicking time, head on over there.
Yeah. youtube.com/GLHF board games is where to go for that.
How about it?
How about it? We've got a Facebook group. We've got an Instagram /GLHF Magic. We've got a Twitter. Yeah. All of them. You can find them all. We're everywhere online.
Exactly. The internet is a nightmare playground, and we're all over those monkey bars.
And you can consider us on the monkey bars.
Thanks to everyone who's a patron of the show, as well as to our sponsors, Card Kingdom and Ultra Pro. Really, all of you are magnificent, and thank you so much.
Please take a minute to become a patron after the show ends, if you haven't already. If you're just sitting there by your computer, blink, it'll only take a minute. And, you know, it is very hot in this office.
It is, so we're going to go open the window.
That's all there is to it.